All right, everybody, welcome back to You Gotta Code. So look, today we're gonna build a Jetpack Compose UI using the ready-to-use material design components. Sweet. So let's go ahead and jump into Android Studio. As you can see right here, I have, just a regular composable function in the preview. So there's one thing I want to go over before showing you the alert dialog example. Compose has a way of managing states. And basically, managing the state is just going to allow you to remember the state from a previous recompose invocation, taking a snapshot of what we have now, and then if something changes, it's going to call recompose and redraw what we need. So inside of our composable function, it's going to create a variable. This is going to be called open dialog, and we're going to use the remember function. All right, so this remember function is going to take a value. And we need a value that can be changed. We need a value that we can update as we move along. So what we'll do the best job for this, which is mutable state. So we're going to use mutable state of, and we want to just pass in a Boolean. Okay. So all this is going to do is just going to remember our default state, which is true. When we update this open dialog, it's going to trigger recompose, which will redraw that component. Okay. So there's another thing about the alert dialog that we as coders have to handle, which we didn't have to handle before using compose. If we want to show the dialog, we need to handle that state. If we don't want to show it, we need to handle that state. Let's go ahead and create a column, and let's go ahead and create a if statement. Let's go if, I'll go open dialog dot value. So if this is set to true, then we're going to show our alert dialog. So this is all out of the box for compose. Let's get rid of these two brackets right here. We don't need this block, okay? Because we're just gonna work inside of here. All right. So on dismiss request, basically what this is just like when the dialog shows up. If the user taps outside of the dialog, what do we want to do? Do we want to make the dialog disappear? Do we want to just let it stay there, don't do nothing? So in our case, we want to let it disappear. We want to make it disappear. So we're going to update this open dialog for remember can be triggered and call recompose and to make the dialog go away, So let's go open dialog value, and we're just going to set it to false. So for the alert dialog out of the box, we have our parameters. A dialog won't be a dialog if we don't have any options for the user, right? So we need a confirm button. So that's the option that we have, confirm button inside this unit block. So we're going to use a text button. Now inside this on click is where we need to do something. So open that up, and then we're just going to do something. All right, it's that simple. So far we have our, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and Control Alt L before we can, make the code look, beautify the code. So we have a confirm button. We created our own text button inside of this block of the confirm button. And we have our on click for the text button, which inside of here we'll do something later on. Okay, so let's move along. Now after our confirm button, we're actually going to need, you know how a dialog is. You have those options. So we have a dismiss button, and we just do the same thing for that. Inside of that block, we're going to use a text button. There we go. I can sort of type today, but not really, So inside of there, same thing, do something, whatever you want to do. All right. So we need to go inside of the text button. We need to go inside of the block of the text button and just add a text. And we just go, this is confirm. That's it. Confirm button. And we do the same thing there. Let's just go ahead and copy and paste that real quick. Let's do the same thing for the dismiss button. Okay. Inside of here, dismiss button. All right, we're not worried about any capitals, anything like that, so whatever. You will not be an alert dialog if you don't have a title or a body. Like the alert pops up, shows up, but you don't have nothing like, why are you popping up? What do you want to do? So that's where we gotta have a title. So go title, and the same thing inside the box, inside the block. Let's just add us a text. And this is our title. Okay, just that simple. You see how easy that is? And then now we need a body, but it's not called body. It is called, what is it called? Oh man. So it's called text. Yeah, yeah, it's called text. And inside the text, we add same thing, text. And I like to just say this is the body, basically, you know? They should have just called it body, but they called it text. Control-Alt-L. Let's run this on the emulator and see how it looks and see if I screwed up anything. And if you guys are learning something, man, you know, go ahead and press that like button. It'll help me out. You know, I'm trying to get this community going. We both gain from this. I get more motivated to do and teach more videos, and you guys get to learn something valuable for your career. So let's bring this up. Okay, so this is, okay, close that. Oh, here we go. See, this is our title. This is our body. We have a dismiss button, and we have a confirm button. So click dismiss, nothing happens. Click confirm, nothing happens. What's gonna happen when we click outside of this? Let's see. Boom, look at that, man. So look, so we updated. We clicked outside, it got updated, and it triggered recompose. All right, so let's take this a little further though. How about when we click the confirm button, we do something like show a snack bar. So, but this is a little trickier though, showing the snack bar. So for snack bar in Compose, they have a thing that's called Scaffold. So a scaffold is basically just a container that makes it easier to show like the standard UI components, like top navigation, top nav bar, bottom nav bar, snack bar, stuff like that. So the snack bar is conveniently positioned already inside of this scaffold. So all we got to do is just wrap this whole thing inside of a scaffold. Let's wrap this whole thing inside of a scaffold. Control-Alt-L, make the code pretty. So we're gonna need to get the scaffold state before we can actually go into the scaffold and grab the snack bar state, if that makes any sense. So what we do, and Compose has this right out of the box. Let's just call this scaffold, yeah, scaffold state. And we need to go remember scaffold state. Inside the constructor of the scaffold, let's set our scaffold state, you see? And just, okay, so there's one more thing that we have to do also in order to communicate with the UI. And what it is that we need to grab the quarantine scope. So we use coroutines to do stuff in the background. It's basically a way to communicate to the UI, to the main UI. So you want to use the coroutine scope. So let's go ahead and do that. Snack bar, coroutine scope. And we just go remember coroutine scope. All right. So, oh, I didn't spell it right. There we go. Let's add that E on there. Let's go down here. Let's go into our confirm button, and we're going to do something. So first thing we want to do, we want to go into our coroutine snack bar coroutine scope. All right, so we want to launch. We want to launch. That way we have a way for our callback for, you know, the on click. So in our callback, we'll be able to communicate, basically create a job to communicate with the UI, with the main thread. So inside of this launch, use the scaffold scope, the scaffold state, to grab our snack bar that's already existing in the scaffold. So we go scaffold state, and we want to grab our snack bar host state. You see that? So we show snack bar, and all we got to do is you pressed confirm. All right, simple enough. Hopefully I didn't confuse you guys on that. So let's run this. Let's run this and see what we get. So fingers crossed. Hopefully I didn't screw nothing up. But like I said, man, if you guys are learning anything, please subscribe. You know, you're going to motivate me to do more videos. And hopefully I help you guys on any projects that you guys are doing or stuck on. So let's go ahead, close that app. Boom, there we go. So this is our title, this is our body. So let's press confirm. Hopefully we should get a snack bar down here that pops up, and everything will be beautiful. Oh, right there, you press confirm. You see that? Sweet, sweet. Take a shot on that. So now, you know what? Let's go deeper into this. Let's go ahead and keep using this scaffold, and let's see what else can we build. All right, so let's take this a little further, man. So Let's go ahead and just use the scaffold by itself, and let's delete everything in the middle of it. Because what we can do, like inside of here, we don't even need this, to be honest with you. Let's just go, boom, delete that. And then let's change this to just scope, because this is going to be our scope that we're going to use. So we can do the same thing. What do we got here? Scaffold State. All right, that's cool. That works. Next thing you want to do, let's go ahead and open this up. Let's open this up because we're going to start adding some of these components here. So what about we're going to add the drawer content. So it's like, you know, the hamburger menu content, you know, we're going to have it to where we can, it's going to be on the top left side. You can click the button, the drawer comes out, and you have your content in there. So let's just do that. We'll go back in and fill all this stuff out later. So what's next? Let's see. We got our drawer content. Oh, we need to add our top bar, our top app bar. So let's go top bar. And this is going inside this box. This is going to inside this block. We're going to need a top app bar. Okay, let's get rid of this. That always throws me off. So we just want to open up the top bar. So we're going to add some stuff in here. So inside this top app bar, we're gonna want to add a title in there. So title. All right, Control Alt. Let's just fix that up a little bit. Oh, we're gonna need that navigation icon. So navigation icon. So let's go ahead and so inside the navigation icon, we're gonna need an icon. We need a content description. So let's go content description for that. All right, so I'm just whipping this up real fast. Let's see. So drawer content. Let's go ahead and add the text in here for our content. Just do it the same way we've been doing it. We add our text. We just go. This is the drawer content. All right, so we got our drawer content. We got our top bar. We need a title for the top app bar. So the same way, text, bar, title. All right, move it along. Okay, top app bar, navigation. Okay, we got that. Let's see. So after that, gonna add a floating action button. So let's go floating action button position. Go fab. Position in for the floating action button. So now that's going to create, that's the position for our floating action button. Now we need a floating action button. Okay, so that gives us, we're going to have a floating action button at the bottom end of the screen. And inside of that unit, we want to use the extended floating action button. There we go. Extended floating action button. Inside this text, we can just go text. So let's just say FA button, floating action button. So that's what that is. All right, so what's next? Text, we got this right here. I don't think we need this right here. Should basically get rid of that. Okay, so we're missing our on click listener. So we have our text. Now we need our on click listener for the button. So on click. And then we're gonna just do whatever we can do inside of here. And what do we need next? Oh, we need content. All right, so now Android Studio is not screaming at us. So we need content for the scaffold. So inside the content, let's put a recycle view equivalent, which is lazy columns. So inside of here, let's add some padding to there. Let's go, content padding. We're gonna go inner padding. That's just gonna give us some inner padding. And then we need to, let's do a vertical arrangement. And arrangement space by. What this is going to do is, like for our cells, we're going to create space in between the cells where we can see what it's on the screen. So range mint space by, let's give it 4 dp. All right. Okay, why is this crying? Let's go. I forgot to do this. There we go. All right, so let's go inside of here and let's create our items. And we're gonna count, and it's just gonna equal. We're gonna do 100 items to there. And inside of that, we're gonna just create a box, and we're just gonna go modifier, use a modifier. I'm gonna go fill max width, open that up. Because after that, we want to go, yeah, let's give it a background color. Color of, we can say red, that'll work. And after that, let's give it height. Let's give it a height of, so we're making the cell height 50 dp. Okay, so that's for the content section. So that's the content section here. Okay, so let's go back up and let's finish filling in what we have. So we already got our drawer content. This is our drawer content. Top bar, top app bar that we have. Top app bar. Navigation icon, content description. So for this navigation icon, okay, so we need an icon button here. So let's go icon button. We need a on click listener. Okay, so yeah, we had an icon, navigation icon button, on click listener, and then Jesus. So you want to be like this. You want to have your top app bar, title, navigation icon. Inside of the navigation icon, we are creating a icon button. Okay. So let's go. Let's do this where we can really understand what this is. Okay. So inside the icon, you need a content description. That's why it's crying. And our regular, this is content descript. All right. Content description. All right, we have our content description right there. All right, so inside this on icon button, so when we press the icon, what we wanted to do, we wanted to open up the drawer content. So the way we do that inside the on click method, we want to go inside, we want to use the scope, 14 scope. So we want to launch because we want to communicate with the UI main thread, and we go into the scaffold state and drawer state, and then just open. Now that right there will open up the drawer, the hamburger menu, as soon as we click the button on there. All right, so we have, looks like we got everything right here. So one more thing. So for the floating action button, for the on click floating action button, let's create a snack bar. Let's create a snack bar here. So let's go, all we do is go scope, launch. There we go, scaffold state, snack bar host, then show snack bar. Then our message. All right, get this out the way. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. So yeah, let's go ahead and run this and see what it looks like. Man, that was hurtful. That hurt. All right, there we go. So right here, you see we got our hamburger menu, which is our drawer. This is the drawer content. We got the top app bar title, and we have our AKA recycle view with lazy columns with our cells. We have our fat button that's going to show the snack bar. Cool.